We make movies in a genre called Machinima, which is something I think that can only exist on the internet.
Gentlemen, this is the M12LRV. I like to call it the Warthog. I think it looks more like a Puma. What in Sam hell is a Puma?
Basically what it boils down to is that we use video games to shoot movies, because you have games like Halo now and World of Warcraft where they can render in real time. Like 1 second is 1 second. You can record on the fly, like you could pick up a video camera and record in real life. I mean, movies like Tron, that were some of the early movies in digital filmmaking, they couldn't see what they were working on. You know, they had equations on paper and graph paper, and then when they rendered it, they go, okay, that looks pretty good. In Machinima, we can go into a virtual place, set up our actors, have them run their lines, have them do their blocking, and we just record it all in real time, then take it into an environment and edit it.
Being stuck in an ancient temple surrounded by mystic technology while being hunted by aliens from another planet? This is what I've been trained for?
Okay, maybe not this specifically, but elements of this, which when combined and liberally interpreted, bear a close resemblance to this.
You know, we can shoot an entire movie without ever touching the real world in any way whatsoever.
I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm not okay.
You know, we made the movies for ourselves, really. And I made them for me and my friends, and that's really been the cool part about being able to distribute Red vs. Blue on our own, is that we made something that we thought we would like, and we did it to show our friends, and by showing it to our friends, we put it on the internet, and then we completely lost control of it, and it just went everywhere. So that's been part of the fun of the process, is, you know, we can go from early in my career where I had a movie that I finished, I worked on for a year, and then I spent a year after I made the movie taking it around to people, meaning executives or film festivals or whomever, you know, the gatekeepers, that you say, okay, I made this movie, I think it's great, we like it, do you think other people will like it? And then we had to go through that process of trying to get people to approve this movie to be watched by other people.
Is this going to be one of those things where I have to turn my head and cough?
Then I make Red vs. Blue, just something I make for my friends. I show it to my friends, they send it to somebody else, and suddenly there's no gatekeeper. The world's completely flat. And the people that want to see it, it just seems like it makes its way to them on its own. It was definitely a light bulb moment where we said, wow, we don't need anybody else. We can just do this on our own if we want to.
This could be strategically advantageous.
We can go straight from producer to the audience. And that's extremely powerful. I mean, that's a dream in a lot of ways. We don't really need networks on the internet. I mean, anyone can build a web page, anyone can host video. But there is a feeling that if I don't put my video up on YouTube, if I don't put my work on, say, Hulu or whatever the current flavor of the month is for video serving, no one's going to see it. But that's not the case, you know. Things on the internet, people are they're very passionate about showing other people and sharing their experience of something they like.
Roger that. What did you find?
It's like a thing. It's a big thing. It's purple. It's a big purple thing.
Use your words, dude.
You know, 30 years ago, you sat in a movie, you watched the movie, and you stood up, and that was it. It was an hour and a half, and that was your total connection to the movie. Now, I'll put a 5-minute video up, and within 5 minutes and 1 second, when somebody's had time to watch it, if I'm lucky, they watch the whole thing, I get a full breakdown on what they thought of it. You know, what they thought of it compared to last episodes. Sometimes I'll do minute-by-minute logs of what they liked or what they didn't like, and it can be a little overwhelming.
You're a fucking idiot. That's not the reaction I expected.
You know, to get, I mean, instant feedback the moment something goes out. And it kind of combines, you know, the audience, you know, the live performance of, say, theater where you'd hear the audience laugh or applaud, you know, you get some of that back.
We're in the future. Things are very shiny here.
It's really hard for me to see where cinema will go from here. I think we're going to start to see, maybe not in movie theaters, but somewhere, the internet or television or whatever's coming down the road, we're going to see everybody's story that they want to tell, because there's going to be no barrier for them to stop and say, well, I can't do this. Maybe I'll do it next year.
Let's move on.
We're seeing things like 3D and, you know, now 3D for television as well at the home. But those are really just, I mean, those are just technology differences, right?
You see, the answer to today's overabundance of technology isn't fewer useless gadgets. It's more useless features and fewer usable gadgets.
But the experience of going to see a movie is almost no different today than it was when it first started, of going to see a story or participate in some kind of storytelling. We can have the best home theaters at home, but you're still going to want to go watch The Hangover with a bunch of people who are going to laugh at all the jokes in The Hangover. You know, you're going to watch a horror movie or a thriller with a big audience, where you know you have a row of teenage girls who are just like screaming and going out of their minds. You know, that's part of the experience, and I think it's part of the fun.